friends, my name is MTDH and welcome back to another episode of Pokemon Let's Go Eevee. Off last time, we got through Viridian Forest and we made it here to Pewter City, and then now in this part we're going to be taking on the Pewter City Gym. So, before we go ahead and go on forward, I'm going to go ahead and show off that I actually trained my Pokemon up by a level. I don't necessarily need that, but it's nice so that I'm not too under-leveled throughout the duration of this game. Another thing that I figured out off screen is that I caught a little bit more Pokemon, as you can see, but I also found out that if you go ahead and select a Pokemon in the Pokemon box, you can actually send Pokemon to Professor, and if you feel like you have like so much Pokemon, you get rid of some. Which is nice to, like, you know, keep your Pokemon box a little bit organized. So you can go ahead and select send to Professor, and then you can choose like multiple Pokemon in addition to that. Which I'm not going to do that because I found out when I played further into the game that you actually need that you can actually get special Pokemon if you have certain numbers of Pokemon in your Pokemon box. So I'm going to go ahead and keep the amount of Pokemon I have right now until we get to those certain Pokemon. So I'm gonna keep. So, you know, as you can see right here, I caught some more Raditas. Your reward for sending Pokemon to the Professor is, as you see, if you go here to the candy jar, is you get these candies right here. I have Mighty Candy, Tough Candy, and Quick Candy. These candies right here are just used to basically increase your stats, basically. So similar to like stat boost items, such as like Carbos, Calcium, Iron, all that. And that's pretty much it. So without further ado, let's go ahead and take on the gym right now. Oh man, the lights turn on! And as you can see, we have an actual audience on the side! Wow! Like, other Pokemon games don't have, like, seats for people to sit in to watch you traverse through the gym. Like, this is a new thing right here. And then, of course, we have this typical advice guy right here. Every gym in any Pokemon game will have this advice guy. It's just I never really talk about him because he's just not that important. But basically, the advice guy is you talk to him. He tells you what type the gym uses, and he basically tells you how to take advantage of the type that the gym uses. For example, this is a rock type gym, and the best types to go against rock Pokemon are grass and water type Pokemon. What's different about this game is that you need certain requirements in order to actually take on the gym. In this case, this guy wants you to have either a grass or a water type Pokemon. In my case, I have a Bellsprout, and even if you have Pokemon that can take on the gym without that's not a grass or water type Pokemon, he will still not let you take on the gym. Unfortunately, like for example, my Eevee is double kick, so that's another thing that's another advantage that I have with the gym. But if I wasn't using Bellsprout, then that would still be unacceptable to that advice guy. Alright, so you can just go straight to the gym leader like this and avoid those gym trainers, but if you do that, then you'll miss out on your opportunity on fighting these trainers, so that's not advised. So we're gonna go ahead and take on these gym trainers. You may notice that, unlike in the first generation, there used to be one trainer here. Now there's two, so this could be hard. Usually, whenever you're in an area with a picnicker, you're most likely going to encounter a camper. They're basically just similar trainer classes to each other. Stop right there! You're 10,000 light years away from facing Brock. Really? It looks like I'm about like 2 feet away from facing Brock. To these Geodudes. Not because I'm strong, it's not because I'm super effective to a Geodude. It's a rock type. It also has a dual type, ground type, and because grass is also super effective to ground type, then I actually 4 times the amount of damage that Vine would otherwise do. So that's actually really amazing. So you know, if you're like for whatever reason new to Pokemon and you want to know different type advantages like that, then you can utilize that to your advantage. Anyway, we're here to the gym leader now, and if you're not confident, then I would highly recommend you heal up at the Pokemon Center and then save your game right in front of the gym leader. So that way you can just reset the game if you lose. Anyway, so you're here. I'm Brock, Pewter City's gym leader. You can see just by looking at my Pokemon how rock hard my willpower is. My Pokemon are all hard as rock and have true grit determination. That's right, my Pokemon are all rock types. You're going to challenge me even knowing that you'll lose? Oh, this guy is confident. Man. Okay, here we go. Oh man. I like this gym leader remix right here. It's really cool. Alright, so here we go. The gym leader, Brock. Brock has 2 Pokemon. His first Pokemon is a Geodude. Level 12. It is a rock ground type and has tackle only. So, not too much of a challenge right here. Go ahead and I'm gonna go ahead and send out my Bellsprout. I'm going to use Vine Whip on this Geodude. It goes out no problem. Alright, next up he's gonna be sent out is gonna be Onix. This is gonna be a stronger Pokemon of the rock Pokemon that we've encountered so far. Well, we've only encountered Geodude so far. Yeah, here's Onix. This time it's a little bit harder because he has Headbutt, Rock Throw, and Vine. Vine is annoying because you'll be wrapped up in this. You'll be wrapped up and you'll be taking little bits of damage every turn. Rock Throw is just a pretty weak rock move, but can cause problems. And then Headbutt is also annoying because actually Headbutt, you didn't see it there, but Headbutt has a chance of flinching. And if you flinch, then you just can't move throughout in the turn, which sucks, but thankfully that didn't happen. Alright, and with that, we get the Boulder Badge, our first gym badge. And so, Pokemon up to level 20, which means traded Pokemon up to level 20. If you got a Pokemon traded in from another game, it will not obey you beforehand, but since now that you have the Boulder Badge, now traded Pokemon will listen to you up until it reaches level 20, and then it'll start giving you problems. And with that, we get in addition to that, we also get the TM01, which is Headbutt. And again, Headbutt is a normal type move. It's pretty good, actually. It's a pretty good normal type move, and has a chance of flinching your opponents. Hey! I am, that's amazing. How did you know that? I'm gonna say, how did you know that? Cause you look just like my Gramps said. It's blue! I heard from my Gramps that 2 new kids set out from Palatine to become tramps, just like I did once, so I came to check you out. I was thinking you might want some advice on how to beat the gym from an expert trainer like me. You're some expert, huh? I want to see you in battle. Oh, well, I guess you're nice enough to actually give me 5 Great Balls, but thanks. Great Balls are stronger Pokeballs that have a higher catch rate than a regular Pokeball. So if there's, later on in the game we're going to be encountering some Pokemon that are a little bit harder to catch in the Pokemon that we've seen so far, and so for those purposes, Great Balls are definitely useful. Alright, so you probably might not have taken much damage, but I still would like to heal up so I can replenish all my power points. So let's do that. Okay, so now that I healed up, what I like to do in typical Pokemon games is go to the Pokemon Mart. So we're gonna do some shopping here. I guess this is my first time showing up at the Pokemon Mart as well. So here's what it looks like. You're gonna talk to the guy up front, and he gives you a list of items that you can buy. You can buy Pokeballs, which are actually really cheap this time around. It used to be $200 in other Pokemon games, now it's $100. I mean, one of the main gimmicks here is that you can catch Pokemon much differently than any other Pokemon game. So you can buy those. You can also buy Great Balls. Again, they're cheaper in this game. You can also buy healing items like potions, antidotes, burn heal, and all that. And then you can also buy repels, which they're more expensive in this game for some reason. And then there's X items and Dire Hidden Guard Special. So those are cool. I'm gonna buy a couple potions here. I might buy a little bit more Pokeballs as well. Yeah, let's go and buy like maybe 5. Okay. Let's see. I don't think there's gonna be any Pokemon that's gonna poison me later on, but I mean, just to be safe, I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Antidotes are more expensive this time around. That's not great. Awakening. I don't really rely on Awakenings too much. I'm gonna go ahead and buy one Paralyzed Heal, and then I don't think I need a Repel. But yeah, let's go ahead and buy a few. Well, actually, nah, I don't need repels right now. Because the way I'm gonna be showing off Pokemon is gonna be differently than how I show off other Pokemon from other Pokemon games. So I won't be needing a repel for at least for a while. But I will eventually buy repels just so I can save time later on in the video. Alright, let's see, what do you got going on here? Again, if you haven't taken on Brock, then this kid will stop you from taking on this route right here. When you get new gym badges, more items become available to you in the Pokemon Mart. By the way, the Pokemon Mart is that blue building. Wow, I did not know that. Pokemon Marts are in a lot of towns though, so you probably already knew that. Okay, let's see. Yeah, alright. Alright, so let's go and move on to the next place, shall we? This is Route 3. Let's see, I'm gonna go ahead and switch some Pokemon up here. I don't think we've seen, well, actually, yeah, we'll put Ash up front. There we go. Alright. Okay, let's go ahead and take on our first trainer here of this route while we have plenty of time after this video. The only problem is that, well, for some people, I guess, is that there's a lot of trainers here, so this can be a tougher route to go through, because we're going to be, from this point on, trainers are going to be a little bit harder. The more gym badges you get, the harder trainers are going to get in later routes, except for routes that, you know, you could take on at an earlier point, but like, you can take on those routes. That doesn't make sense, but you'll know what I mean in later places where we have more where, you know, the game becomes a little bit more non-linear. Anyway, so introducing to this game, we have something called Coach Trainers. Okay, man, I keep talking to Spearow, but oh, okay. It's always a good idea to check bushes every once in a while. Bushes can sometimes contain berries. So that can help you set. Sometimes, depending on the berry, it can help you catch Pokemon easier. Anyway, new to this game, we have something called Coach Trainers. Coach Trainers are just regular trainers, but they are harder, and they're scattered around throughout the Kanto region, and they are really hard trainers. So if you're ready to take on their challenge, then go for it, and you actually get a pretty nice reward for defeating one. So let's go ahead and take on this Coach Trainer. Like that, in honor of your strength, I have a gift for you, and I'm gonna get a revive. So, a revive is a really nice healing item because it allows you to revive your Pokemon half of their maximum HP. So, you know, if a Pokemon Center is at a very inconvenient spot from where you are, then you can and you need to revive your Pokemon. Then that can be pretty useful. Or if you're in a really tough battle and you need to revive your Pokemon, that's also useful. I can stare at your shorts. Okay, that's a little bit weird whenever you tell someone that you can stare at your clothing. Okay, hop down this ledge right here. Nothing in these bushes right here, but we get an item. It's not the Spearow. Please stop talking to the Spearow. But we get a potion. Very nice. And yeah, so now we gotta make our way around again. And that's a shame. Okay. So we continue onwards. And then instead of a bug catcher, we have a camper this time around. Yeah, they replaced some trainer classes with other trainer classes to make this not exactly like Pokemon Gen 1, which is something I kind of like. We're getting into the stronger variations of Pokeballs, which is nice. Okay, so instead of a trainer that says that you touch me, this time this trainer says that you push me, which, no, I did not push you! So now we are introduced. So we finally encounter some grass here. Some Pokemon you can find in this routes. Based on what I know, you can find Jigglypuff here, which are pretty annoying to catch if you're using regular Pokeballs. You can also find typical Spearows, Pidgeys, which Pidgeys are more common. And then we have this Pokemon, which this is an Ekans. Ekans is only available in Let's Go Eevee. If you're playing Let's Go Pikachu, instead you'll be finding a Sandshrew, which is a pretty decent ground type Pokemon if you're looking for a ground Pokemon to include in your team. Ekans, on the other hand, isn't very amazing. That's just me though. It evolves into Arbok. I forget which level. Yeah, again, it's just me. I don't really prefer to use Arbok. So I'm having a hard time trying to catch this thing. Holy crap! All right, come on, please catch it. Come on, 1, 2, 3. Please do it! Yeah! All right. All right, so there we go. We got a new Pokemon at the very least. Jigglypuff is pretty hard to find in this route, if I recall correctly. At least I've only encountered a Jigglypuff once here, but there will be other places where I can encounter a Jigglypuff, so I guess I'm not too worried about it. So I'm not going to really spend too much time trying to find a Jigglypuff here. But you can find Jigglypuffs here, and again, they're kind of annoying to get. You can use a lure to attract the Jigglypuff to get and hope they attract the Jigglypuff over to you, but I'll just hope. Hey, it's Short Sky. I haven't seen you in a while. What did Spearow find here? Nanaberry! Alright, nice. Alright, what else? What can we get in these bushes here? Happy that I won a battle, that's nice. Alright, let's see. There's another patch of grass right here. Hey, it's a tiny Pokemon. Roxas leveled up and learned Sand Attack, which is a really powerful move. Well, by powerful I mean it's like really good. You learned, it lowers your opponent's accuracy. So if your opponent has like a really powerful move and you don't want your opponent to land that powerful move, then you just keep using. You can stall it out by using Sand Attack, so that can keep missing a lot of the time. So, pretty cheap way to win, but, that's how competitive Pokemon plays it out, then, yeah, kind of a baby strat, if you're not confident in battles. So anyway, we are approaching the end of this route, and over here we have another coach trainer. So our reward for defeating this guy is TM57 for Payday. Payday is a move that scatters money around the battle, and you can actually get free change for every time you use Payday. So it's a pretty good way to grind money. A very common Pokemon to use that can use Payday is Meowth. So if you use a Meowth on your team, then using Payday allows you to get a ton of money for like every battle, and that can add up for how many trainers there are in this game. So this guy says you can run certain Pokemon like Onix, and there's also other Pokemon later on. So yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna show off this Pokemon Center right here. There's something to show off here in this Pokemon Center. That's pretty much it. It's nothing too important, but it's just something that's just a little something fun, I guess. Alright, here we go. Go ahead and talk to this guy right here. Hello there, sweetie pie! Have I got a deal just for you? I'll let you have a secret Pokemon. It's a Magikarp for the low cost of $500. No. It is great, but trust me, you're gonna waste $500 if you do that, because you can get a free Magikarp elsewhere. So, not worth it. Alright, and with that, there's a sleeping Meowth on the top of the cave right there, but we have made it to our next dungeon, and we are going to be taking that in the next episode. So, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye!